Hello, beautiful spirit and beautiful soul. So I want to talk about today about why this movement, Free to Be You. What is it and what does it really mean in real terms? So what I want to ask you is, how do you feel that you are free to be yourself, right? How are you free in any relationship, in any part of your life when you interact with other people? How do you manage to be yourself without pressure from others around you to be who they want you to be, to do things their way so that you please them, they accept you, you feel that you belong there? So this is why I really started this, because I want you to understand what it means really to be in that freedom. So what I always explain is that you are already free. You don't have to learn how to be free because you are. You came into this physical body as the essence of love. And you are free to be who you really are. But what happens is that along the way, right from when we are born, we are conditioned, we are indoctrinated, we are programmed. We are programmed with what our parents or our carers, the family around us, then significant adults in our life. And the circle gets bigger and bigger, wider and wider, and we get influenced by so many other people. And what happens is that we start believing certain things about ourselves and about the world, and especially when it comes to love. So how then can we be free without thinking that love is something that happens to us, that love comes from other people? First, it starts with our parents, right? So of course, as we are little, we need to feel safe. We are looked after, we are cared for by our parents or our carers. And we develop this belief, and that obviously comes from the ego mind. Now I say obviously because it's obvious now to me, but it might not be to you yet. So it's a conditioning that is in that ego mind, that's in the subconscious. And so all these beliefs that we are given, we take them as, well, it's true, isn't it? That's the way it is, because that's what my parents are showing me, that's what they're saying to me, that's what the world is showing me. And so I believe that. So we grow up as children believing those things. And when it comes to love, we believe that love is real when people love us. We're even told so often that we are selfish. You can't love yourself. You can't put yourself first because that's selfish. That's not very nice. And really, it only matters when other people love you. And this is so flawed. This is so not true. And what happens is that we spend our life chasing love. We go after love. We think the person who is going to love us the most is going to be our partner for life. And if that doesn't work, something wrong has happened. We, try to get approval from our family, our friends, and then later on our children. But every time we honestly believe that love is outside of us and that it only counts when we are loved by others. And we lose that freedom. That's where we lose our freedom, when we believe that life happens to us. That's when we stop connecting with that freedom that we came with. And so what I do in my work that I do is to explain to you, to reconnect you with that freedom that you have within, with that love that you have within. And once you connect with that, then you can create really great connections, relationships, because relationships is not just about a partner. Relationships is all interactions, all connections that we have. So the habits, these beliefs that we have, they are programmed in us right from the start. That goes into our subconscious. The subconscious mind is that place where it's just automatic. That's it. It's habit. We think in that habit, we do things in that habit, we behave, we expect things from those habits, from that subconscious. So that's like a program that we've been programmed with, right? That doesn't mean you cannot change that program, because you are so much more powerful than you think you are. And free to be you is understanding that the freedom you're after, because this is the problem, you see, is that we start always chasing dreams. We want that freedom somehow outside of us. So what happens now? There is nothing wrong with experiencing. We came here in this physical life to have a physical experience. So to have what money can buy, prosperity is not bad. I always say that's not unspiritual at all. It's it's part of the experience. It's when you try to make something right and wrong that we come away from our freedom. So that's not bad at all, to want to have whatever money can buy you, the experiences, the traveling, exploring this world, going out with friends, whatever you want to do. But that's one part of the life. Your freedom comes from within. And I know you might have heard that, and it might be that you think now it's cliche, and yes, okay, freedom is within, happiness is within. But do you understand really what that means? Because what you need is to change that perspective. When we behave all the time, or when we think from that perspective, from that conditioning, from those beliefs, and it's not just from the family, it's from society, the culture, even a culture at work. You go somewhere, they do it, they do things a certain way, they expect you to be a certain way, a certain person to fit in. You don't have to. You don't have to. Because what happens is that when we are not ourselves, we're not allowing ourselves to be who we are, and we try to fit in, to belong somewhere, we try to be accepted, so that we are not really we're not expressing ourselves as we really want to express ourselves. And we've lost something. So of course then we talk about finding ourselves. How do I find myself? How do I know who I really am? And as a coach, I have to say that so often people say to me, yeah, I don't know. I know that I want something different, but I don't even know what I want. I want to coach myself, or I want some coaching sessions to be able to find a purpose. It's not just about a job, but like a life purpose. And when we start exploring that a bit more, so many people, they don't even know where to start. They don't know where to start. They don't even know how to express really their wishes. It's always about, yes, I want to be happy, but they just don't know what that means. And so the freedom that you're after is aligning with love. That's what it's about. That's what everything is about, is aligning with that love. And at the moment, I mean, this is August 2020, and we have lived a very strange year. And even more so at the moment, people are finding that so many things they felt were true are all being dismantling bit by bit. They are being dismantled, and they're not too sure how to start again, what they're going to do. They feel lost. And you know, if you are in that freedom, you don't have to feel lost, because you come away from the comfort zone, that comforting place, into the unknown. And that is stepping into that freedom. So I know that at the moment, a lot of people, they just don't know how to get there. And that's where I help the clients and my members, my community, because you need to understand that it starts with you. So whatever you're looking for, to feel that freedom, to go after that freedom, to be yourself, whether you are thinking about relationships, right? Because this year there has been a lot of, so many people are here, they're just saying relationships with their family now is being very difficult, with friends, they're letting go of some friends, they want to make new friends because of where they're at, because they don't share the same beliefs anymore, they don't share some of these, what they call values, but there is another meaning to that. And so when it comes to relationships, they are reevaluating that. But it's also about peace. I mean, where do you find that peace? Where do you think peace really comes from? Again, it's an aligning with love. When it comes to work, so many people are losing their work. They have no idea where we're going in all this, the next half of 2020. But again, in all that, we're looking outside of ourselves, and we need to start going within. We really need to start going within and not giving to fear, not giving to that panic place, to that anxiety place. Because you need to start trusting your alignment with the universe. It really is all about aligning with the universe. I mean, some people, they still believe, they still feel that we are just this physical body and that's it. This is the third dimension. This is where we are. The third dimension, when you look around, this is that reality. But we are so much more than that. So much more than that. And some people are now starting to understand this. But that's where really that's where it makes sense. And I'm not talking making sense from that ego place where you try to analyze everything, when you try to rationalize everything. That's very much from that ego mind, that place where it's the lower frequency. That's what I call it, the lower frequency of our human experience. That's the third dimension. But we need to start going higher. We need to rise our vibrations, the energy, that frequency. We need to start understanding that our freedom is in the higher frequency. That's where our freedom is. So if you really want to be free to be yourself in any relationship, I mean, can you imagine how wonderful it would be to be in a relationship where you don't have these disputes anymore, you don't have this heartache, you don't have these disappointments, because some people they talk about disappointment. Now I know some people, they think, oh, that doesn't exist, that's what relationships are. No, it's not. It definitely is not. Not when you reconnect with that freedom. It's just amazing. It really is amazing. And you are free to be yourself when you align with that love that you have within, when you really know how to align with that. Now, loving yourself or self-love is not about taking care of yourself. Yes, that's one part of it, but it's not really what is loving yourself, connecting with your inner love. It's so much more than that. And this is where the program that I have, that's where I take you, exploring the 7 pillars. So it's more like a circle, because it's not a beginning and an end. It's flowing. If you think about, eternity, and it's flowing, we're forever learning, we're forever going higher in our frequency. But there are 7 areas that are so vital to ascending to the higher frequency, to connect with that freedom, that love, that peace, unconditional peace. And those areas, they help you notice what is from the lower frequency and that 3rd dimension, and how to go to the higher dimension. And once you understand that, how to be there, and it's that freedom that we believe we have to chase, that we have to find somewhere, that we have to work for it. And it's not like that. So if you want to know more, you can go on my website. I've put all the links below the video. So you can go on my website. You can become a member of the Mastermind Club, where I coach you every month, 4 times a month. I do a live Q&A. You have motivational, affirmations to help you. So you have quite a lot there if you want to know more. But otherwise, I've also got some freebies on my website. So just go and download that audio and a checklist. Go and start there and start understanding about relationships as well, because the best relationships that you can have with anyone around. And let's face it, we came to this physical body for a physical experience to connect with other people. That's what we wanted, even if it's just to connect with only a few people, but we came to connect with others. Well, those absolutely amazing relationships, these connections, they start with us. So they start with you. Your relationships with other people start with you. And that's why you have to start knowing who you are. Know yourself first. And then you expect other people to know you. But that's where we start. So if you've liked this video, subscribe to the channel. And you can click on the bell so you get notified when I've put more videos. Go to the website and just ask questions, leave comments, and I'll answer what I can. But otherwise, do get in touch. And I hope this has been helpful. But if you have any questions around that freedom to be yourself, just leave your comments. Okay, I hope to see you again soon. And until then, I'm sending you lots of love.